just wanted to go live. This technically not a live, it's on live, but this from my YouTube channel. But I just wanted to come over. Why I just do that? Oh, okay. So I just wanted to come on here so I could talk about, well, show y'all what I was going to talk about on my next video. Well, not my next video, but something like that. So I want to talk about generational trauma, parenting, child abuse, the fact that a lot of these people who are parents nowadays and in the past and the futures, for the future too, they need to go to anger management classes and other classes that teach them how to deal with their feelings and stuff. And narcissism, and classes, they need to go to classes so that they know the psychology of a person. Because a lot of these parents, like, you cannot be closed-minded and be a parent. Oh, one person on here already. Hi. Lack of empathy in families. That's something I want to talk about. And physical health neglect in families. 3 people. Hi, people. Can y'all say hi so I can know who on here? Or something like that. But this not really a live. It's for my YouTube channel. But I just want to talk about it a little bit. So generational trauma is something like that everybody. Hi, Tiana. Everybody have generational trauma. Some is just worse than others, and it's basically like the psychology and DNA in your family lineage line. I'm gonna show y'all this again because y'all can read it. So this not gonna be the video I'm talking about it deeply, but I want to touch on it. I want to talk about child abuse too, big, because these are all the things that I feel like the future, which is right now, like that's all the things that need to change. Hey, Asia. With the future, I feel like people need to know that everybody has feelings. Everybody has their own perception of how the world is and how they want the world to be for them. So it's different for everybody. And I just want people to be more aware of that. Because, like, from what I see a lot, parents do not emotionally support their kids. And that's sad. And that has a lot to do with why they are the way that they are. Everything about a person stems from what happened to them when they was younger. What type of lifestyle they was living when they was younger. It's all in the root of the family. So all problems and all traits start at home. Whatever home they had. Parents need to know that the way that they talk to their kids, the way that they treat their kids, and the way that they show their kids love really affects who they become in the future. And they don't be knowing that. So, I'm black, so I'm going to be speaking from a black person point of view. To anybody on here that's not black, I don't know what you go through because I'm not your color, your race. It reflects, yeah. Okay, never mind. Narcissism, is a big, like, trait in parents nowadays and in the past, but I'm gonna say nowadays because I want to talk about now, because now is the future. And I'm gonna put this down. So I'm alive.
I need to pay.
Hold on. Hold on. Okay. But, okay, so I'm going to keep talking, though. So, narcissism and parents really affect kids. So, having a narcissistic parent is basically they put their self above you and your siblings. Like, on a human level, not like on a level of, oh, they're the parent, you're the kid. They might say that in defense of what they're doing if it's wrong, but it's not like that. It's on a human level, like, your emotions don't matter, your feelings don't matter, how you are physically doing, your well-being that day doesn't matter. You know how, like, if you sick or whatever and your parents tell you to go wash the dishes and your stomach hurt and you be like, my stomach hurt, and they'd be like, I don't care if your stomach hurt, da da da. But if it was their stomach hurting, I bet you they wouldn't be in that kitchen washing dishes. I bet you they wouldn't. They probably go tell you to do it, as they probably did already. But that's just an example. But all of this stuff ties into the same thing, like neglect, abuse. It's mental, it's physical, it's emotional. They don't understand that all the times. But that's what we need to change. So everybody that is like my age, which I'm 19 right now, but around that age and younger, they need to know, like, the fact that learning how to read somebody is important. And being empathetic is important. Being able to put yourself in other people's shoes is important. I low-key just messed up a little bit in this video, but I'm not editing nothing, and I'm not starting over. So I'm going to just post this on YouTube how it is. But, and plus I'm going to do separate videos for each topic. Parenting skills, like, people don't have real parenting skills. Because if they did, they would know that how they treat their kid and how they talk to their kid and how everything they do affects their kid. Like, they would know the fact that that really is important. So being angry and having hatred towards your kid is so stupid. Like, if you're angry and you're hurt from your life and you have a kid, don't bring that hurt and that anger and that type of negativity to that kid, because that kid don't have nothing to do with that. Do that make sense? That should make sense. If it doesn't make sense, then people weird, but they don't understand. Like, I'm alive. You want to come over here? But they don't understand how all of that ties into their kid. Like, parents be so quick to call their kid disrespectful, when it's not being disrespectful if you're telling somebody how you feel. It's not being disrespectful if you don't feel comfortable doing something or being somewhere or something like that. It's not disrespectful. A lot of these things that parents be trying to say is disrespectful isn't really disrespectful, because if it was them in your place and they didn't want to do it, or they didn't want to see it, feel it, taste it, however, whichever sense is the one, they wouldn't do it because they don't want to. It should be just as simple for you to be like, you don't want to, or you don't want to. You don't have to. It's not that simple. I mean, it's not that hard. They try to make it seem like you shouldn't have human feelings, like, in human rights. If we're fighting on a social level to get equality for black people and for women and for transgender people and gay people, and like, we're fighting for rights. It all starts with us. If you're saying you're fighting for rights for people, yet you don't let other people have rights, you're a hypocrite. A lot of these parents are hypocrites. And I'm not going to bash them, because technically they're the way they are because their parents were the way that they were. So that's where generational trauma come into the mix, because everything that you go through with your parents is because of whatever they went through with their parents, and that's because whatever they went through with their parents. Or if they didn't have parents, then, you know, it's whatever they grew up with. And the psychology behind it made them the person they are. Now their psychology and their way of doing is making it into who you are. I don't know if I'm really making this make the amount of sense like that I want it to make, but that's why I'm going to do a different video too. Emotional abuse is a big topic. Like, I want to be one of those people, like, I want to be like a, a motivational speaker or whatever, but not that. Like, I want to be like one of those people that talk about like what needs to change and like how to make the world a better place. I want to be one of those people. I don't know what those people call. I think it's like an activist or something, but I don't know. I don't want to be an activist. I want to be like whatever is higher than that. You know? I don't know. Oh, diet and nutrition. That's what I want to talk about too. Parents should most definitely take responsibility for the fact that their kids are not well, like not healthy. It is their fault. Because your kid eats out of your house. It's you so quick to call it your house, then yeah, it's your kid, your house, your refrigerator. What's in your refrigerator? What's in your freezer? Who bought it? They did, not them kids. They didn't buy it, and if you let them buy it, that's your fault too. So it's the parents' fault. Everything is everybody's parents' fault. To an extent. To an extent. Once you get a certain age, then it's your fault. But to an extent, everything is your parents' fault. And everything, and their parents' fault too. Being able to read a person, you're not ready to be a parent if you can't read a person, if you can't read a situation the right way. If you have if you're quick to get upset, or you're quick to act violently, and you're quick to judge people, and you're quick to not accept things for what they actually are, you don't need to be a parent, because it's multiple perspectives to everything that happens, and just because you think yours is right doesn't mean it's right. I'm probably have to make a different video, but I'm still post this one.
Why? Because you can hear the background.
I don't even know if it. I don't know about if it could be. I mean, if I could hear the background. I'm just saying, because I stuttered a lot, and I don't like that, and I got a pimple on my forehead. No, I'm just playing. It ain't that serious.
Right.
I ain't never had a pimple on my forehead though. Remember when we was in middle school? So I'm talking to people my age now, or around my age. We was in middle school, and Barack Obama then was just, getting into, no, it was, yeah, that was middle school. They was just getting in office. That was when I was in 6th grade, I think. After they got in office, Michelle Obama changed the school system meals, where I lived at anyway, which was in Illinois. She changed the way that the food system was in the school. She made it healthier. And I remember being in school at that time, and people was very much like, I hate Michelle Obama because she making us eat vegetables. What? You sound stupid. She making y'all eat vegetables. Y'all supposed to be eating vegetables anyway. But that, I don't know where I was going with that point. But it's kind of like that. As a parent, you should be regulating the way that your child eats and drinks, and what they consume into their body, because they don't know the truth behind what's good for them and not. Processed foods is not good for them. I mean, what you decide to feed your kid is up to you, but I'm just saying processed foods is not okay. If they're eating only processed foods, that's not okay.
Right.
Fruits and vegetables, balance.
That's why I can't wait till I get my own house, so I could have all that for them. Varieties of fruits, vegetables, everything.
Yeah.
I don't think processed food gonna be, because I'm about to stop eating meat, so I don't think that meat.
Oh yeah, and meat, another thing. How you feed your kids.
Probably one treat, but
I don't know. I want to say pork, if you feed your kids pork. But I ain't gonna lie, bacon kind of good even for me, and I don't even like meat like that, but bacon be good.
Yeah.
But I feel like up until 18, to be honest.
Yeah.
How you do leeway or whatever, that's your parenting. But up until 18, you should be regulating your kids' eating habits a little bit to make sure that they're not overdoing certain things. Because if your kid is obese, I hate when I see little kids, they be obese. They be 5 and 6. bigger than the parent. And I'll just be like, how? How did that parent let their kid get obese like that? Now, I'm not saying being a little fat kid is wrong, but if you obese at like as a little child are obese, that's a problem. That means you giving them too many processed foods, too much sugary stuff, or too much dairy. Because I don't think dairy is good for people. Cow milk, don't give your kids cow milk.
Right, almond milk is where it's at.
Well, I don't. Yeah, almond milk is good. It's not formula. It says on there don't use it as baby formula or whatever. So don't just be feeding your kid almond milk when they little thinking that they finna grow and be healthy, because they not. But some parents, they don't really even care about their kids. Like, if you see your kid as an object or as a check or as a slave to go do whatever you don't want to do, you are not a good parent, and you need to either evaluate how you do things or, let that kid prosper somewhere where they're going to prosper. I'm not going to say what I want to say because that's low-key kind of rude when it come out, but I think people get where I was going with that. I just really hate bad parents. And I'm not going to bash the bad parent and say, like, I'm not going to bash them.
They wasn't...
No, some of them do know.
Right.
Some of them do know.
But...
yeah. Some of them
not prepared.
Yeah. Whatever you've been through in your life, because I'm 19. And as a 19-year-old, I know what I've been through in life isn't what anybody else been through in life. My stuff specifically for me, same way. Other people's stuff is specifically for them. But we all still live in the same world, though. So, let me put this down some more. So, I don't know. I just want to talk about that a little bit. So this is not the full video for this topic, but this like a quick on the mind thing. Because I'm disorganized, but I'm organized. And this disorganized because it's like a drafty type of thing, and I just did it. But I'm organized because now this is like the draft of what I'm going to do next with this topic. But anyway. I consider child abuse being when either the parent is emotionally abusive, which, like, I think everybody know what emotionally abusive means. It's like they tear you down, they make you feel less than what you are, they make you feel unworthy, they make you feel like an object, or they make you feel like they don't want you or that you shouldn't be there. And that goes along with mental abuse. Because that's why a lot of kids nowadays be killing themselves, and they be depressed and suicidal and have anxiety and stuff. But physical abuse, that's one thing I don't condone. If I ever see somebody doing something to their kids and I'm outside or in the public or whatever, I am not afraid to stand up for that kid. And if they got a problem with me standing up for their kid, they can have a problem with me calling the people on them. They got a problem with that. So I don't be caring about stuff like that, getting involved in stuff like that. It takes two people to tango, but it only takes one person to be the abuser and be the violent one. Because if your parent resources to violence instead of talking, that's a huge problem. Huge, huge, huge problem. And I don't think people take that serious enough. And now we inside and stuff. That's why I want to talk about it, because it's really, like, it be on my mind so much, because I know it's people out there that, like, low-key need to be saved from their parents. And that's sad to say. But there's people out there that need to be saved from their parents. And the way that the economy is right now, we all know what happens to people that go to foster care. It's not right. That's why the economy low-key failing right now, and it's falling apart, because we got to rebuild it. We got to rebuild it for the future, for now, and stuff like that. We got to rebuild it. I've been on here for 19 minutes. I don't think I'm going to post this one.
That's on YouTube?
No, this on Facebook. I just go live on Facebook since I don't have a phone. And then I save it and then I post it to YouTube. But I want to be a speaker for this. Like, I really can speak about this forever and ever because I feel like this is a timeless problem. It's a very timeless problem, and it's a real problem, and I think it needs to be fixed sooner than later. Because I hate seeing stuff on Facebook about kids getting abused and they die, their parents killing them, or their siblings killing them, because that happens too. A lot of abuse be going on in these homes. That's why I hate the saying, what goes on in this family stays in this family. No, bitch, what the fuck? Is you stupid? If it's wrong, it's wrong. If you feel like you need to be saved, 9 times out of 10 you do need to be saved, and I fully support you exposing your parents. Fully support you getting help, because they need help. They need help, and they don't get the help that they need, which is their fault at this point. That's their fault. Now, what happened to them and all that kind of stuff, that wasn't their fault. But them being the parent now and the adult now, and knowing that what they doing is not okay, how they react to things is not okay, that's their problem as a parent. I mean, as an adult and a parent now. Because they didn't heal from it, they didn't change it. And now, because they didn't do that, they putting their kids through stuff that they never even have to go through. It's crazy that you got to go through bad stuff in your family. You supposed to be going, well, you aren't supposed to, but you would expect to go through bad things with people that's not your family and with people and things like not close to you. But a lot of abuse happens within the family. All kinds of abuse is always the family. And that's sad. That's why it's important for people to speak up. If you're in a family and you know one of the people is like a child molester, and you don't say nothing, or you don't act in a way so that other people don't have to get hurt by this person, you are part of the problem too. I hate bystanders. If you're a bystander, I don't like you, because you're supposed to, when you know something is wrong, you're supposed to act upon it. You're supposed to fight for what's right. That's what life is about, fighting for justice and what's right. Not necessarily fighting because we got to fight now because it's not fair right now. It haven't been fair ever. I be ranting. But like, if you're in a family and you know that kids are getting abused and you don't do anything to help, and you think, but you think to yourself like, that's crazy, that's sad, wouldn't want to be in that position or whatever, and you don't do anything to help, you are a problem. The bystander is the problem, just like the parent is the problem. Like, I done seen parents just cussing out their kids and yelling at their kids over some stupid stuff. Some very stupid stuff. Messing up their kids' emotions because of some stupid, irrelevant stuff. Low-key though, I'm finna be done talking about this because I wasn't supposed to even be talking about it all the way. I just wanted to say that I was going to be doing a video about it. Because I don't know when I'm going to be doing the video, but I wanted to let everybody know that video is coming. But yeah, recently I found out like that this is my my service. It's gonna be my service for the world. One of my services for the world. I'm speaking out against I don't even know what to call it because it's a lot of things. I don't even know what to call it, but I'm speaking out against abuse, trauma, how parents like affect their kids with their BS. The world has to change. Like, the world has to change quickly. Like, right now, quickly. Because it's just a lot of things, like, wrong with it. basic freedom and basic like human rights should never be compromised, no matter what, even if it's for a parent or a sibling. I don't think there's anything on this planet more important than your freedom. And freedom is within, not freedom like, oh, I can go out and go places all the time. Because I'm not saying your parents are abusive or they're bad because they don't let you go places. Because that's stupid. I mean, anything that messes up your internal things, like your subconscious things. A lot of people don't understand, like, the importance of anything. I hate sleep people. Like, I ain't never really been asleep other than in real life when I go to sleep. Now, I ain't never really talked about it or stood up for it as much as I'm doing it now, but that's why now I'm an adult. Now it's my responsibility, and I took that responsibility because now I know to speak out against it, and I know that it's a problem and it got to stop. It should not continue. Not in a world where I'm going to bring my kids into, And all these people just popped out their 2020 babies, or about to pop out their 2020 babies, and low-key, I'm kind of scared for that. I'm kind of scared for that generation. Because these parents, they don't know. Like, they not equipped to be. They not equipped. And it's just going to mess up a whole another round of kids. Same way they messed up this round. Except for now this round, waking up. It's all in nature, though. It's all part of a divine plan, and part of that divine plan is the now of us that's waking up right now. We're gonna change the future, which is now. This topic is like a lot of stuff, but I really don't want to talk about it super deep at the moment because I'm not in the right place to talk about it super deep. But it starts at home. The future is now. We are the future. Nothing's going to change that. The only thing that can change that is God. And he took a change when he woke everybody up that's woke right now, that knows that they are part of the big movement and the revolution that is about to happen. And if you think I'm crazy for saying that, then you're asleep AF and you need to wake up because we're not waiting for nobody. The changes are being made as we speak, and they're going to continue to be being changed and made in the future. I don't know if I'm going to post this. I'm not. I'm going to just redo it. It's a lot of saying it isn't even enough, like, for me, because I feel slow trying to say it, because it's like it's real people out there that really need to be saved, and I don't like that. Nobody should be sad. Nobody should be angry. Nobody should be unhappy. And if you are, that means you have things to get over and deal with. So I would suggest that you do your shadow work and heal for the sake of the future. No, I might post this because it actually is important. And it's okay not to be perfect. It's better not to be perfect because real is not perfect. Real is real. Perfect is fake. No, I'm gonna post it. It's okay. I'm gonna see if somebody else gonna come on here so we can talk about something a little bit different. But yeah, for real, I don't like the fact that I don't like the fact that, like, I know what's going on right now. I don't like that. All of these parents need to go and get over their trauma and raise these kids better. Because it all starts at home. It really does. I really like this is so big to me. Like, I don't know what I can do more than what I'm already doing. But I want to do more. Because I feel like there's way too many people out there right now that need to be saved. And people don't even know it. Or they know it and they overlook it because they too caught up in their own little selves. If I see somebody getting abused, or if I think somebody getting abused, like, I'm going to try to help them. Because that's not okay. And I don't want to be a bystander. Because if it was happening to me and I knew there was bystanders that didn't help me, I would be very, very upset with those bystanders. Because technically, when you look at it from the bigger picture, they were the help. They were the help for that situation. And they didn't help. Oh, let me tell y'all something. I'm going to have a real story. I tried it online. I don't like online stuff. I really don't like online stuff. I don't like online money. I don't like online businesses. I don't like shipping. I don't like none of that. I like in my face material. On a different topic, though, if anybody want to know their numerology and want to get in tune with themselves and their life and go on the right path of life and hop on this wave that we on now, let me know, because I can tell you your whole numerology and what it means. And I'm going to be doing it for free until I'm set up how I want to be set up. And then after that, it's not going to be free. Because it actually takes a lot to do one person. It takes a lot. It's a lot of stuff that go into one little thing. I'm a life path number 1. And if you know anything about that, you know what that means. And I hope you know you're going to be seeing me on a lot of things in the future. Big boss moves. Did y'all know Jesus is actually Joshua? Jesus is Greek for Joshua, which means the Lord saves. So if you didn't know that, now you know that. It's a fun fact. And God is real, and God is energy. We are energy. Stuff like that. That's another thing. That's 2 things that I know for sure, like, that are interesting to me. Not just interesting, but like they're big things for me. Spirituality and activism. It's crazy how life takes you in different directions. So I thought I was going to be like, never mind, I ain't going to say what I thought I was going to be. But I thought it was going to be something completely opposite to what now my life is like turning into. But I love it more over here. What I wanted, I didn't get what I wanted. I got what I needed. And I'm very grateful and thankful for that.
You just hit me with the door. You should be somewhere. Was that my phone?
No.
No, nobody. Did you go and talk to something?
Dang. Okay, so I'm about to get off of this. I'm going to do this whole thing a little bit, like, differently on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. It's my name. If you don't know my name, it's right by this video. So learn it. Bye.